God damn it. All other fighters, learn from Rollies. Don't talk shit about promoters. There's only 3 of us in the Rollies. You dumbass. Getting knocked out. Focus on your opponents instead of focusing on me.
Boxing insiders are buzzing once again, this time about Rolando "Rolly" Romero. Following a brutal loss to Isaac "Pitbull" Cruz, Rolly has stunned everyone by announcing his retirement from the sport. You feel me?
Right here,
he was on
and stopped it at the right time. Great job by Taylor. I really love that.
Isaac "Pitbull" Cruz, representing the Mexican people.
Rolly had his own style, just like Lara. At first, he hinted at a comeback right after the fight, but later, in an interview, he made it official. He's retiring. This decision has divided the boxing world. Some fans are disappointed, hoping he reconsiders, while others didn't hold back, claiming he was never a real fighter if one loss made him quit. And that's just the beginning. There's a lot more being said about Rolly. Let's get into it.
You feel me? I feel like his style was good for my style, you feel me? And even Lara, you know what I'm saying? So
The WBA super lightweight title fight between Rolly Romero and Isaac Cruz had fans excited for more than just the belt. Many were eager to compare their performances to how they fared against Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Even though both had suffered losses to Tank, the real question was, who handled him better? After months of build-up, the fight finally took place on Saturday, March 30, 2024. In the
Cruz continues to walk down. Romero again launches the right hand. Left hook. Romero takes the shot. Still standing. Referee intervenes. Mamma mia!
end, the fighter who pushed Gervonta "Tank" Davis to a decision proved to be the better man. Isaac "Pitbull" Cruz dominated Rolly Romero, securing a brutal 8th-round TKO victory. But what truly shocked the boxing world came after the fight. Romero announced his retirement after just 17 professional bouts. Rolly started his career strong, going unbeaten in his first 14 fights with 13 knockouts. He had never even come close to losing until his 15th bout against Tank, where he suffered a 7th-round knockout. He bounced back with a controversial win over Ismael Barroso, a fight many believed was stopped too early by the referee. That victory left doubts, and fans were eager to see how he would perform against Cruz to prove whether he truly deserved his world title. Unfortunately, Rolly fell short, and instead of rebuilding, he chose to walk away from boxing altogether. His retirement announcement came immediately after the fight, catching everyone off guard. During his in-ring interview, Romero looked disoriented, almost as if he were concussed. His words were jumbled, but he still managed to deliver a message that grabbed everyone's attention, especially since it was Easter season. He compared his potential comeback to Jesus Christ rising on the 3rd day, hinting at redemption. However, after leaving the arena and regaining some composure, Rolly sat down for another interview, and that's when he dropped a bombshell. When asked about the loss, he kept it simple. "I don't feel good. It's really sad. There's nothing to say. I just feel sad." But his next statement truly shocked everyone, even the interviewer. "I'm not sure I want to do this anymore. I don't see myself doing this anymore. This is sad and overwhelming. I don't see myself coming back to the ring." As soon as the interview spread, the boxing world erupted, and even fighters who had stayed quiet about the fight started wading in. One of the first to respond was Oscar de la Hoya, who hasn't exactly been on good terms with Rolly. De la Hoya didn't hold back, saying, "I'm not surprised. We can't fight once every year and a half and still have passion for the sport. Fighters keep going because they love boxing, and he just doesn't have that. I'm not shocked. It's getting bad for him. He hasn't learned anything, not just about respect, but even about boxing itself." His statement came after his initial reaction to Rolly's loss was met with heavy criticism. Right after Cruz stopped Romero with a devastating shot, stripping him of his WBA 140 pounds title, De La Hoya wasted no time mocking him. Many felt he was kicking Rolly while he was already down, but that didn't stop him. Later, he doubled down in another video saying, "Rolly, you dumbass. Getting knocked out? Focus on your opponent instead of worrying about me." He went even further, warning other fighters, "Learn from Rolly. Don't talk about promoters. There are only 3 of us in the world." The beef between De La Hoya and Romero isn't new. Their issues go back to when Rolly repeatedly disrespected him, famously saying, F*** golden boy. At the time, De La Hoya wasn't just annoyed with Rolly. He also had problems with his entire team of promoters. even bringing up his past work with Bob Arum. De La Hoya didn't stop there. He called out his struggles working with Al Heyman, saying, "I've worked with Eddie Hearn, Samson, and all these guys, but for some reason, working with Al Heyman is impossible. Now he has his fighters talking about me. Raleigh's out here saying F*** golden boy. And I'm like, relax dude, you're not fighting me, **. He then claimed he was actually trying to help Raleigh, saying, I was trying to get you the most money possible, and now you're fighting for pennies on the dollar on a platform you've never even fought on. How do you know it's better than ours? Despite all the trash talk, De La Hoya insisted he had no real issue with Romero beyond the disrespect. Look, I actually love the kid. He's a character, he's funny, and deep down, I think he's a good guy. But there's no need for all that disrespect. You're not fighting me. If you were, I'd knock your ass out. Easily. But you're not. So just keep it cool. De La Hoya didn't stop there. He also took shots at Raleigh's promoter, saying, trust me, my deal would have been the most money he ever made in any fight. In the end, De La Hoya got the last laugh. Before the fight, he confidently predicted, Pitbull is absolutely going to knock him out. Both will weigh in at 140, and I don't know how big Raleigh gets. But Pitbull is a pressure fighter. We'll see if he earns his shot. And just as he predicted, Cruz delivered a knockout, proving De La Hoya right. While Oscar De La Hoya wasn't surprised by Rolly Romero's lack of passion, Mike Tyson had a different perspective. Having faced countless ups and downs in his own career, including a 3-year stint in prison, Tyson understood what Raleigh was going through and offered him some advice. He doesn't really want to retire. He just needs a break, Tyson said. No social media, no fans, no promoters.
You dumbass, getting knocked out. Focus on your opponents instead of focusing on me. God damn it. All other fighters, learn from Rollies. Don't talk shit about promoters. There's only
No boxing, no opponents. Just take 2 weeks for yourself. Spend time with your loved ones and trust me, after a while, you'll want to fight again. Tyson then reflected on his own struggles. I've been there so many times. I almost gave up, but what I really needed was the right kind of break. I didn't get that, and I didn't have the right guidance. So my advice, step away for a bit, and it'll come back even better. Despite preparing for his own big fight in a few months, Tyson took time to encourage Raleigh. He's just getting started. He's had less than 20 fights. When I was his age, I had over 30. He's got a long way to go, and he can become whatever he wants. He shouldn't get up and what he could have done better. Then just focus on the next fight and be 100% ready. Mayweather Promotions CEO Leonard Eller didn't hold back when reacting to Rolly Romero's retirement announcement, calling it a joke. That's a joke. I get that he's not in the best place right now, but don't take that seriously, Eller said. Raleigh's got a long career ahead of him and plenty more to accomplish. Trust me, he doesn't mean any of it. We have a lot planned and retirement isn't part of it. While some fans speculated that Eller's comments were financially motivated, the reality is that losing one of Mayweather Promotions' most marketable fighters in such an underwhelming fashion would be a major setback. This was actually Eller's third statement after the fight. Immediately afterward, he dismissed the idea that Raleigh needed time off.
What are you going to do? But I think that the most important thing is for him is to go back to the gym, refocus on it.
Saying it was a good fight. Raleigh had a setback. Congrats to Isaac and his team, they fought well. But Raleigh doesn't need a break. That's boxing. It happens. He was in great shape, had his moments, and gave it his all. It's part of the sport. But I'm focused on his health. He's fine. Eller also took aim at Oscar De La Hoya for his harsh comments following Raleigh's loss. Wow. Raleigh's okay. But what if he wasn't? What if something serious happened? Classless behavior from 2 Hall of Famers, especially right after a fight, Eller said. Props again to Isaac Cruz and his team for a great performance. He admitted he had underestimated Cruz, but stood by Raleigh. I talked big about Cruz getting clipped, but I was wrong. My guy gave it his all and lost. But the most important thing is that he's okay. That's part of the game. Ellerby then called out De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins for their immediate reactions. I go back and forth with Eddie Hearn all the time, but to his credit, he'd never pull something like that. We all talk to build fights, but they didn't even know if Raleigh was okay afterward. Didn't know if he went to the hospital. I was shocked at Bernard Hopkins. Not at Oscar, though. Ryan Garcia wasted no time taking shots at his longtime media rival, Raleigh Romero, after hearing about his retirement. Garcia and Romero were reportedly in talks for a fight this spring, but Raleigh chose to face Isaac Cruz instead. That left Garcia to finalize a bout with Devin Haney on April 20th. After Raleigh's retirement announcement, Garcia didn't hold back.
Very good fight for the fans. Rolly came up short tonight. Congratulations to Pitbull and his team. They fought a very good.
I already saw it coming. I told him to leave the sport. Glad he finally realized he's too small to compete, Garcia said. Bye, Raleigh. Go do influencer boxing. You've already got a fan. Thanks for accepting you were never fit for this. And to those he beat? Yeah, they can leave too. Garcia had already gone viral for his tweets after the fight, mocking Romero's decision to fight Cruz. Remember when Raleigh thought he pulled a fast one on me by picking Pitbull at the last second, then got knocked out? He posted on XD, followed up with another jab. Garcia even went as far as suggesting that Romero should transition into influencer boxing, claiming he believed Dean the Great would beat him. In all seriousness, Raleigh needs to do influencer boxing, and I'm not kidding. I think Dean beats him, Garcia said. For those unfamiliar, Dean the Great is one of the more skilled crossover boxers, known for repeatedly calling out top professionals, including Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis. Garcia also claimed he saw all of this coming and even offered Romero an alternative career path. He should find something else to do instead of staying jobless. Next to weigh in on Romero's retirement was Manny Pacquiao, the owner of Isaac Cruz's promotional team. Despite celebrating Cruz's big win, Pacquiao had encouraging words for Romero and wasn't in favor of his decision to walk away from the sport. That should never happen.
He wasn't there.
Teaches lessons
Romero,
that a
so
win
he just
never
jumped
could,
on him.
Pacquiao said.
Hand
He should take
overhand
those
right,
lessons and
overhand
move forward.
left.
He's only a few
Just
fights
power
in.
shots.
He's got 20 to 30 more ahead of him. He should improve and stay motivated. The matchup between Romero and Cruz brought back memories of the legendary Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao fight, given that Romero is signed with Mayweather Promotions while Cruz fights under Pacquiao's banner. However, unlike that fight, which went the distance, this one ended in an